Hi everybody. These are general predictions for all star signs from the 1st of March till the 15th of March. I shuffled the card. My candles are burning. The incense is burning. The little water feature is tickling the water down. So here I go for Capricorn, which is Capricorn people are born from the 23rd of December to the middle of January, or like the 21st of January, sometimes 22nd. But let's have a look. I shuffled the cards. These are the Hanson Roberts deck. I used the Celtic Cross to give you predictions from the 1st of March to the 15th of March. If you want an individual face-to-face video or WhatsApp video or Zoom meeting, you can go to my website, mariettatiernison.com. I said my prayer. I asked the angels and all divine entities and all divine energies to protect and guide us all today and going forward. And this reading. What do I need to know for Capricorn? Capricorn, at the moment you need to be in a position of surrender, looking at the world with different eyes, being open to other viewpoints and other opinions, and knowing that preferences on opinions and other viewpoints don't matter at all. We can listen and integrate everything. Every situation presents itself to you, and you cannot change it, but you can look at it differently and know that every person has their own reality. You're being crossed by the happiness card, the sun. So there's definitely a good family situation with children or fur babies. Everything is successful, abundant. There's a lot of well-being, which is maybe at the moment more important than, and being open to just surrender to that. In other words, accept the moment as it is. You're very intuitive at the moment, and it's not about knowledge, but it's about higher intuition and tuning into your gut feelings or your higher intuition and being one with that. In the past was a certain fight or something that played out in your mind because it's troubling energies where there wasn't a win-win situation, and underlying, you're definitely in a point of success, achievement, smiling to the situation, and in your near future, coming up to the 13th, you will definitely feel that you're starting a new beginning, which has new seeds that are going to be growing, and you do not need to worry at night. Just stay in the here now. Know that at the moment you don't have to make decisions, but then there will be suddenly movement forward and money will come in. In other words, accept the fact that abundance is a way of thinking. So stay in the thought of there is no scarcity. Nature shows us how rich we actually are, because the fruit, when it's ripe, just drops to the floor. And we have this mess of ripe fruit, but we don't complain about it. We know that nature is abundant, and so are we. This then for Capricorn till the 15th of March, 2024. The next reading is for Aquarius, Aquarius is from about the 22nd of January to the 22nd, 23rd of February. Aquarius, let's have a look. This is a general reading, not a personal reading. Let's see what we have for Aquarius. Aquarius, at the moment, it seems that you're really at the end of your tethers. You feel like being stabbed in the back. Maybe you've just taken on too much burdens and you feel pretty much at the end of a situation. Just remember, when we are really rock bottom, the only way we can really go is up. You're crossed by having a look at feelings at the moment. So you're in a new situation, what feelings is all about. Maybe you also look at new belief systems as you're looking at the fish in the water, which always says that it's religion or spirituality, or new belief systems that are coming up for you that are strange, that are different to what you've known. You're at the moment in a process of looking at the ships that are coming. You're ready to move. You're ready to make adaptations and to go forward. Where in the past, you were definitely strong in your situation of holding on to your money, being successful, being practical, having your freedom, being independent, self-sufficient, and underlying in your subconscious, you felt scarcity. You felt that you had nobody on your side, which is not the truth. We're never alone, and you are actually not recognizing the lit up church window, plus that you have somebody on your side. And even if there's no body on your side, we're always surrounded by divine energies. The near future is that you need to take a rest. And even if it's just for a few days, maybe even you have a bit of a cold or a flu, or you're just deciding to take a Friday off or a Thursday off, to come back into yourself, the self with a capital S. In other words, give yourself stillness, peace, quiet, or go away for a weekend to have some introspection, to rest, to see a campfire just glowing and burning, and seeing the sky with the stars and just relaxing into it, breathing. As at the moment you're also heartbroken, you don't know really what messages to take seriously that are coming in on your email server, or that you're really at odd ends at the moment with messages, with even communication. You need to take a balanced view here, have balance, and then by the middle of the month, you will pretty much be at a point where you're creative again, where you can put yourself into action with new growth, new fertility, even pregnancy maybe, or becoming a mother, or being very much secure with your feelings within yourself and feeling the abundance that you actually have around you. So you come into a new stage by the middle of the month, where you also have a look at all the cups that are filled around you for you to choose one to actually act on. This then for Aquarius, for the first 2 weeks of March. The next one is Pisces, which is from the middle of February to about the 20th, 21st of March. And what do I need to know for Pisces? Oh, forgot a card. Maybe it was meant for Pisces to look at the ships coming in, to actually not acting on it as yet, but to just give it some time to float in, to go with the flow, to have a look at what are your options. And let's have a look what the rest of the cards are saying to you. Yes, there's a celebration. Most probably it was your birthday, which it was, and which it will be. Celebration, invitations, getting together, having a feast, just having laughter, having fun, being crossed by a new beginning, which is symbolized here in the fool who takes a leap of faith, who looks at a new beginning just with a knowing, deep knowing and deep wisdom of it's okay to take a leap of faith. In your knowing, you're definitely charging forward, or somebody in your life might be charging forward. And in the past, there was definitely karma. In other words, there was justice being done. So if you went through a situation of a law case or anything that was taking place in your life, is very much the law of karma. In other words, it works out well for you, where underlying in your subconscious, you're juggling more than one project. Maybe also you look where you want to spend the money or how you want to do the projects, or maybe you've taken on a new project and now it has to fit into your daily life. And in the near future is then that there is a contentment, a smug feeling of every day, really enjoying life, where deep down you're going through a total death experience. The death experience means that something is coming to an end, which will take its time. And when we look at the end of March or into March, we also look at a whole cycle of relationships that will come to an end with a solar eclipse at the end of March. So it's 6 months from October last year to the end of March this year that the whole cycle of relationships will come to end. So the last 6 months might have been that your relationship became more stable, more firm, more established, or others where the relationships weren't good, even if it's amongst siblings or amongst a daughter and a mother, or two people that are in a special relationship or married or committed. If it wasn't really built on good foundations, it will most probably separate. You will make very logical decisions. There will be a new beginning. So yes, what I said here with the solar eclipse is very much the truth. By the middle of March, you will still sit in the position of you don't know which one to take, what to do, and maybe you're a bit in a standstill situation, and underlying you're also shuffling the Two of Pentacles, which is the project that you have new in your daily life, or these two projects that need to be grounded to actually make them work, plus that at the moment you can't make a decision. So this then till the middle of March. For Pisces, see you again. Now we are looking at prediction from the 1st of March to the middle of March. For April, that starts around the 20th of March to the 21st, 22nd of April. This is a general reading. Aries, let's have a look for you. I'm shuffling the Hanson Robert stack. I'm using the Celtic cross to look at what is necessary for you to take care of, or to look at it differently for the next 2 weeks. Aries, very quick coming in the rods, which also means that something suddenly takes place, or you're suddenly falling in love, or you're suddenly putting things into action fast. What is crossing you is the invitation or a love offer, or something was offered to you that speaks to your heart. In your intellect, you went away, or you're feeling you want to go away somewhere, even if it's for a week or a weekend. And in the past, you were actually in a very good position of handling competition very well. You were in charge of that. Deep down, you know that you are into new beginning, because you have all the elements of our dimension being on earth to your availability. In other words, the swords, the pentacles, the cups, and the rods or the staffs. It's a magician card, so subconsciously you know that this is a new beginning. Thinking of Aries that I know, it seems like something new came into your life. You might have gotten engaged or met somebody new, and things are taking place fast. But also in your knowledge, in your intellect, you know that you have to first go somewhere, because you handled in the past the competition and arguments or any conflicts very well. But deep down, you know that a new beginning can only come forward when you really take care of what you need to take care first. Use your intuition, be silent, listen to your heart or listen to your soul or your Christ consciousness, which is very much your intuition. Take care, wait for the ships to come in. You at the moment cannot see opportunities because you're too tired. You feel a bit scarce money-wise, but there will be an excellent situation of money coming in because maybe you're selling something or there's an inheritance or you suddenly have a promotion which comes for me like out of the blue suddenly into your life, or a new position, new opportunities that has to do with a lot of abundance with the Ace of Pentacles. This then for Aries for the first weeks of March. And now we go to May. May are the Taurian people. They are starting at about the 21st of April to the 22nd of May. For Taurus, the Taurian people, solid people, grounded people. They can't be pushed. They make their decisions, but beware when Taurians are actually being pushed too far. Yes. Let's have a look at the Taurians. Taurus, let's have a look for the next 2 weeks. You're at the end of your tethers. You feel stabbed in the back. You're really tired. Suddenly something comes to a definite end. You're crossed by contentment, which will be in conflict with this feeling, but it might also be that it's on two different platforms. In other words, that you feel stabbed in the back by your relationships, but in your daily life with the sport that you do or the activities that you do career-wise, or when you're on pension, you're actually in a space where you enjoy daily life. In your knowing, it all has to do with a female person here. In other words, intellectually, you're also ready to look at emotions. And in the past, there was a certain offer financially, but underlying, you know, that all that counts is actually the contentment, the peace that you can have within yourself and that you can feel within yourself and that you can move forward within yourself and be. The intuition is very strong going forward into the 10th, 11th of March. So you just rest. You listen to your intuition. You know what to do because it comes up sporadically, creatively, spontaneous to the surface. And at the moment, you don't know how to do something new, but surely soon into the month of March, you will have victory. You just need to be very much focused on keeping the balance. You have the strength, like I said before, to then find wisdom by the middle of March, because you will find more solutions and wisdom by going inside yourself, taking some time out, moving a bit back, finding the light for yourself and the path for yourself, which might initially put you into a depressed state of mind. Do not engage in justifying yourself towards anybody. Otherwise, you will start reacting from a reactive point of view. Like I said, when Taurians get driven too far, they suddenly react with force. And you don't want to react out of an unconsciousness, but stay back and stay silent to avoid a drama here. This then for Taurus. Now we have a look at Gemini. Gemini is from about the 21st of May to the 21st, 22nd of June. My dad comes in here and says hi. He was a Gemini. He's in his soul still a Gemini, although he passed in 2016. It's amazing how people can come from another dimension when they passed on and they just wave, or they're there suddenly and give you the feeling of joy. They're always okay. So this then for Geminis, very intellectual people, restless, busy, positive, most of them. Busy, good business people, good people to listen to the news and know what's happening in the world. They're not supposed to really go deep into spirituality, but sometimes they do because it's their life mission. So let's have a look. For Gemini, there is a new, it's like a new project that might bring good pentacles, in other words, might bring good money. And crossing you is definitely an opportunity for wealth, and like a promotion or wealth or an inheritance or something that's due to you now, that you're looking at money and your wealth, or some payment comes out, or your policies pay out, where in your knowledge and in your thoughts, it's very much to do with how can I create abundance here for me? How can I build new foundations for also my emotions, my feelings of goodwill and being nurturing and being kind? And it might even have to do with somebody who has a wife that falls pregnant, or that you decide on a family, or that there's enough money to build new foundations for family or for a good new decision in a relationship. In the past, there was quite a lot of worrying at night, which of course doesn't serve anybody, because we can't handle our emotions and our thoughts in the middle of the night. So learn to breathe into the body, to feel the breath through the body, because then you can't think and then you fall asleep again. Underlying is that you feel hurt. You're still covering up. You're still having walls here because you don't want to feel, and you've been hurt in the past. But in the near future, it's just that you can't see opportunities being shown to you in emotional situations because you're just too tired. In the here now for Geminis is a bit of a comic situation that you either really allowing yourself to get into a dark mood or a dark space, or there's certain karma that you need to face, plus shake off the devil off your shoulders. In other words, create different thoughts, because we can have control over our thoughts. Because you feel that there has been a fight that wasn't a win-win situation, or that is happening, try and avoid that to all costs, and look at your feelings, because shortly thereafter, you come into a position by the middle of March where there is recovery, there's a new step forward, there's a new way forward. A relationship or your whole situation has a rebirth, come to a place of rebirth, and then making new commitments. That then for June, for the first week, 2 weeks of March 2024. Now for July starts about the 21st of June to the 23rd of July. The Cancerian people, let's see what is meant for them, or what could be good advice for you. If this doesn't resonate with you, let it go. Don't force it to resonate. and maybe just take it as a sense of just some guidance in a certain way. If something speaks to you, it speaks to you for a reason. Have a look at Cancerians for the first 2 weeks in March. Initially, you're very much a man or a woman that has been hurt in the past. You're very logical at the moment, very much a queen or king of swords. In other words, you might be even in a legal role or taking care of certain things. But with all the experiences of the past, you're actually coming to you're very logical and analytical at the moment, being crossed by your intuition. So use both. We can use the brain. The brain has brain cells, the heart has heart cells, and even your gut is part of your brain to make a wholesome decision. In your knowing, you've been hurt in the past, so you're looking at this situation, and you have been very tired in the last 2 weeks of February, not being able to see opportunities really being offered to you. And even in your subconscious, you've been lying awake at night, not being able to really sleep properly. So there's also quite a lot of anxiety because you worry about the future. Don't worry about the future because the future is not yet in place. So stay in today and breathe through it. Even when you wake up at night, maybe get up and drink herb tea and get back to bed and meditate or focus like on the Vipassana meditation, that you just scan the body till you fall asleep again, and then you will have a good night's rest. Because in the near future, there's this whole situation of most likely something that really challenges you to have a good look at how are you looking at it, or how do you need to get out of a depression and out of an addiction of either feeling sorry for yourself or being too much in a dark space, and that you feel caged and you are slandering yourself for the position that you're in, instead of saying, I can cut the chains because I have choices. And it's all to do about a different path, where you take a path which could even have to do with a marriage and a fight that takes place, or a very relevant or very important discussion that has to be had about the situation at hand. And it could even involve an illness or depression or addictions. And then you come to the middle of the month of March and not really knowing which decision to take, where it's best to get into your own space, to find your own answers, to withdraw into yourself, to have your own me time, to pray about your situation if you're religious or spiritual. Remember, religion is just structured spirituality. But when you ask your angels to help you, you will always have help. And also God or Christ or Jesus or whatever you speak to, remember that the universal consciousness are all energies that are alive. Now for August, which are the Leo people, from the 23rd of July to the 21st, 22nd of August, for the first 2 weeks of March 2024. Leos, strong people, proud people, leaders, outspoken. You're at the moment charging forward. You're having success. There's victory in your intellect. You hold back a bit your feelings because you've been hurt in the past. You feel a bit vulnerable. It all had to do with somebody, either legal battle or a woman that's very mature but very analytical, like a legal person or business person. Subconsciously, you're prepared to look at your emotions and really also looking at love, where in the near future you feel this bliss about a happy family and that everything is fine at home and that you don't have to worry about your kids at the moment, that section of your life is fine. But there's a huge tower moment, which means that unhealthy structures get broken down. It might even be a move or a sudden change in work. And you have to stay very clear in your mind, very logical, because there's a new beginning in making decisions with your intellect, with your mind, and to fight off all other ideas and other people's opinions or ideas or preferences do not matter at all to you, because with your decisions, you'll come, by the middle of March, you'll come to a position of feeling wealthy, free, independent, strong, and in a position of self-sufficiency and richness, wealth, a good decision and a happy decision. The next one is from the 22nd of August to 21st of September, which are the Virgos. Virgo, the perfectionists, the people who want everything perfect. They focus on something specific. It could also be your ascendant. Let's have a look what the first 2 weeks of March present for Virgo. This is a general reading. If you want a personal reading with me, you need to go to mariettatennyson.com or WhatsApp me on South Africa 072 880 7904. At the moment, you're strong, or you have to you come about to show me that you're mature. You take action at the moment, because what's crossing you is very much victory, going forward, needing to have a balance here, that the horses here are not going into different directions, and to stay focused on the projects that you have or your life that you put into place, because you know that you're into a new beginning where you will sprout new seeds and grow new plants and have new blooming situations, where in the past you were kind of ready to make decisions and to have something. You were in a position of being at the top of the world and saying, all right, the world is my oyster, but what now? And in your subconscious, you definitely have a tower, which means that there will be a complete turnaround and a complete restructuring of your daily habits, your daily life. And at the moment, it's a huge awakening process, because the wheel is turning. And if you had a very bad luck, then it's automatically that it's just, you cannot change this. Realize as well that you already have 3 major arcana cards, which means this is fate. You can't stop really your outside circumstances, but you have the Tower, the sudden breakdown of things that were not on a good foundation, then having to drive and be the driver of this black and white, say, vehicle, and then that the changes take place fast. This is a lot of energy taking place, and I would say it's more in your career, and that you actually have a celebration coming up. You're content about your life, but it's also a lot of healing that you need to do, because somehow you're also looking at emotions. And my feeling is you're looking at your emotions because with this big change in your career, And in your life where actually you have a good family life, you need to make changes because you need to take the options and the choices to go forward in your career, which will then actually come to complete fruition by April, May, that you will know how it has changed and you will actually not even be able to look back because it will have so much will have happened by then. So now we have a look at Libra, which is from the 22nd of September to the 22nd, 23rd of October. For the first weeks, 2 weeks of March 2024. Let's have a look what we have for Libra. What do I need to know for Libra? There's definitely a partnership or even falling in love. And crossing you is a new beginning that you need to take with a leap of faith. Happy family life is all that you have in your mind. In the past, there were a lot of battles, a lot of conflict, a lot of competition where you felt a bit overwhelmed. And underlying, you're definitely turning away from a situation. So my feeling is there was a certain breakup for a lot of you and still happening. And then you go forward, having most likely a new relationship, going into a new relationship or falling in love, to have a new path coming forward to bring you that feeling of abundance, happiness, self-sufficiency, independent, and the feeling of freedom, and that you have the choice of doing whatever is good for you. You will feel content, although there is still healing that needs to be done with a lot of sorrow and grieving that happened, and that not happened to you, but happened for you so that you could start a new cycle. And you will have the strength to actually get a message in which will bring you a new opportunity as well. And maybe you just move forward and buy a new home, or that's what I see till the middle of March. And it's all for this new partnership relationship. This then for Libra. If you want a private reading with me, please go to mariettatjennissen.com. Now we have a look at Scorpions that start at the 22nd of October till about the 21st, 23rd of November. 23rd of November, Scorpions, first 2 weeks of March. Let's have a look for Scorpions. At the moment, you're in a strong position financially. You are in control, in charge of your finances. You're standing still, you're looking at your situation. And what's crossing you, or what you look at, is your relationships, or maybe a choice of what relationships, what do you want to do, which way do you want to go when you're on a crossroad. And it could also be a third party being involved that you need to settle. And the third party doesn't mean that there is a third person in your relationship. It could also all to do with a sibling or a daughter that needs more attention, and that you need to really look at that. In your knowing, you're carrying heavy responsibilities. In the past, you were juggling a lot of stuff, and deep down, you're really working at your career, and you need to have the patience to build on your craft. And there will be new directions, new thoughts. You're really also doing collaboration work. You feel stabbed in the back of something. And it might be in a work situation here, or you start thinking of, where could I do what I want to do It's a very karmic situation which will put you into a position of thinking you're stuck, you're depressed about it, you're torn, and it's kind of adversary. You can't do anything about it but look at all your options and not keep these people responsible for it, because often a rejection or a betrayal or people stabbing you in the back is a blessing in disguise, because by the middle of March it also shows that you're very tired. You need to have the patience before you take any decisions, and then you will actually most probably go with the options of going suddenly with a very quick turnaround and a very big flow, because you actually took some time out because you were tired and you could rest a bit. Even if it's for 3-4 days, I would strongly advise that. Now, last but not least, for Sagittarians, for the 2 weeks of March 2024, this is a general prediction. For Saggies, I know quite a lot of Saggies. Let's have a look what we have for Saggy. In the year now, Saggies charging forward like an admirer, or that person comes into her or his life with speed, very much intellectual, very much also somebody who just comes in, very intellectual person. Crossing is the relationship, the lovers, which is a major arcana card. In other words, there's choices to be made. Saggy in her mind at the moment needs to deal with a lot of heart sore, healing of old hurts, and maybe just being grieving or in sorrow, or just being influenced at the moment by a lot of limitations, and also that at the moment Saggy has a lot of wounds in their roots, in other words, in their family, in their generations of traditions, and that it needs to be looked at to be changed. Where in the past, you were moving very fast forward, being in charge of your success, your vehicle. In other words, maybe you even bought a new car, or you just had to keep balance over this victory and being in charge of your life, where deep down at the moment you're going through immense beliefs change and structure change and tower. In other words, having based your beliefs and everything on wrong foundations or not well-built foundations, it could also mean that you're changing into completely something else. But at the moment, first of all, the tower is going to be subconsciously coming down. The near future then says, look after your finances, but don't go into a scarcity mind. You're maybe looking at buying of a house or how to keep your money in a good structure, in a good place without having fear. Be very aware of feeling chained to a karmic situation or feeling depressed, or maybe your health is not so good, or your work at the moment is keeping you trapped, or you're quite strong on yourself. Change your thoughts, because we can, when we are the inner witness within ourselves, we can change the thoughts that come in, because we are not our thoughts and our emotions. We are consciousness, soul beings with this human body and human. Then it's hard work, but building on a craft that you've been doing for a long time, achieving success, having actually a good situation at home, everything is in harmony. And then by the middle of the month, you're quite tired and you need to have patience and just sit back, have patience, know that you've built on your career. You need to use your intuition, say prayers, be more in your own space, listen to your intuition, listen to your inner self. Avoid any kind of fights or confrontations because they won't be a win-win situation. So go a bit with the flow, know that this is a process within yourself, and with this then, till next time.